Hi guys, welcome back. I know I've been gone for a while, more or less life happened. So, haven't been on YouTube in a couple weeks, but this is going to be my last video in this house, but I felt like I needed to do one last video for this place. Just one more. This is where it all started. So, and I'm super excited because we are going to do a fall smoky eye today, but we are going to be doing it using the new Kat Von D palette. It's so beautiful. You have your colors, you have your neutrals. It's exciting. So, haven't really got a chance to play with it a whole lot. Kind of more or less opening it up on camera. So, it's very pretty. It's got mattes, it's got shimmers, it's got a little bit of everything. So this is what we are going to be using today to create our fall smoky eye. So, let's get into it. So to start with, I'm going to prime my face. I'm going to be using the Becca Backlight Primer. Absolutely love this primer. I am very dry, and so this primer for me works really, really well because it's got a little bit of that shine to it, but it's literally super hydrating, and it's like really tacky almost on your skin. So it makes my foundation stick to it really, really, really well. After that's all rubbed in, I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm right now using the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced, and my color name is Vanilla. So I'm just going to do a little bit of that on the back of my hand. Then I'm going to go in and just do a couple dots right around here in my chin. Oh, one other thing, pardon the lighting. Because we're in the process of like packing and getting ready to move, my entire studio is completely packed. Completely. And that room is where we're storing all the boxes. And so I'm actually filming in my living room, which is really hard to do because I don't have enough lights to light my entire living room because it's really big. So we got some shadows, but you'll get the gist. Just going in with my beauty blender, just blending out my foundation. The Born This Way foundation is more of a medium coverage foundation. It's not like a super full coverage foundation, but I personally like it better because it's not as thick, and then the spots that I really would need like a full cover foundation, I just go in with a concealer because I don't want that thickness over my entire face if I don't need it. As of right now, my face is actually pretty broken out. I have some pretty wonderful little pretty spots. We're in the healing process now. So, I do take my foundation, put it on the back of my eyelids though, just because I don't want that stop and start like line from where my foundation starts and ends and things like that. So just taking the rest of the foundation from the back of my hand, just kind of putting it in spots that would need that little bit of extra coverage. But like I said, we're going to go in with our concealer anyway, so it's not a super big problem. The next I'm going to go in with my concealer. I use the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer, and I use it number 4, which I believe is like Flesh. So I just go in and put a couple dots of it under my eyes, a little bit on the edge of my chin, a little bit right up in here, and then under my eyes. So with under my eyes, I wrap it down the side of my nose and then bring it out like that. And then I wrap it around the edge of my nose because of those wonderful pretty little hormones we get all the time. It tends to make us red right in there. We want to bring it up as much as we can to like our temples and stuff, otherwise it's just not going to look very good. We want to bring it up more than we want to bring it out. And then bring a little bit of extras over here where I'm breaking out. And then I just blend it all together. So what I'm going to do first is I go in, I have 2 different brushes for this, and they're different sizes. This is a taper highlighting brush from Sigma. And they're literally, as you can tell, like the same thing. One's just smaller, one's a little bit bigger. So this is the one I use for the really light powder around my eyes, just because it's more precise. And this one, other powder, my whole face. So, go in, just tap that on there. And then what I do is I press under my eyes. I don't swipe. You can swipe on the rest of your face, but like especially around your eyes, just where you just really want to press the powder in. That way you don't have any worry of like product actually moving. Always want to make sure you set the back of your eyelid. Otherwise, same reason, stuff's going to move, it's going to slip, it's going to settle into little fine lines and creases. set up under my eye, bring it down around my nose, Perfect. Same thing. It's really bright under the eyes, especially since we're going to be doing more of a smoky eye. With a smoky eye, you have to highlight as much as you darken. You have to really make it look like it's on purpose and control the darkness, otherwise you're going to look like you got hit, and that's not cute. So you always want to make sure you really go in and just highlight really, really well in your highlighting areas when you do a smoky eye like this, or that we're going to be doing. Alright, everything else we're going to be doing with my actual foundation powder, and this is just the Sephora foundation powder, but this stuff is amazing. I have had it use a lot of other foundation powders in the past, and I love this foundation powder. It's amazing, and it's like super cheap. Say it's like 15 bucks, between 15 and 20 bucks. It's not more than 20 bucks, but anyways, it's super amazing. It's super creamy, it's super pigmented, and it covers really, really well, and so it's awesome. Nothing too intense, but just to finish setting the rest of my face. It gives just a little bit more of that coverage. I personally, for myself, like a matte finish, because otherwise I feel like I almost can't touch my face like throughout the day. I feel like I'm gonna like smudge it or something, and I don't know, I like the softness of like a matte finish with a powder. Otherwise you could end with just like the highlight under the eyes and just the setting of that, but like I said, personally I just prefer to set my entire face. Alright, so I always want to bring it down my neck just a little bit, just so there's no like lines or anything. So moving on, we're gonna do a little bit of bronzer. I'm not gonna like really contour my face today because I really want the focus to be the eyes. So if you want to see contour, once again, I also have a video for that, but this is, I'm literally just gonna do a little bit of just dusting with some bronzer just in your cheek area, nothing too intense. I'm gonna be using the Bobbi Brown bronzer in Natural One. It's just the lightest of all of them. It just matches my color the best. So I'm literally just going to take it and just kind of dust it right in here and in the cheekbone. Nothing too super intense. Perfect. Give a little bit of three-dimensional. And that's another reason why I do the really light under my eyes, and then I do just powder everywhere else. That's more my skin tone, is to give your face like that three-dimensional look versus just a whole like sheet, more or less. So that's one of the biggest reasons why everybody's like, well, I'm already tan, I don't want to do bronzer. Bronzer isn't necessarily always to make you tan. It's really just to show where the hollow points are of like the shadows of your face, to really give your face like more of a figure versus like making you always look tan. It's not always for the tan purpose. If you want to look tan, you take bronzer and put it all over your whole face. Anyways, and then I'm going to go in with Sephora Colorful Blush. This one is in So Shy, number 2. It's just a really pretty soft, like pale pinky blush. I personally really like it. It's just very soft, just that very like healthy look to your face. And like I said, I just want something just a little bit, but not too intense for this look, because we're going to have a little bit more of an intense look on our eyes. So this next part is really up to you. You can either do your brows next and then do your eyes, or do your eyes and then do your brows. Okay, so with these shadows today, we're going to be working more in like the purple red area today. Big shocker for those of you who know me. I love purple. But that's just mainly because I have another like idea of this for this side planned for in a couple weeks, so I have to hold off. So we're going to do more this side this time. So for starters, we are going to go in with Lyric, and this is what we're going to put all over our eye. We're going to go from our lashes all the way up to our brow bone, and this is more like a it's not quite matte. It's got a little bit of a shimmer in it, but not a lot, but it's like almost a vanilla color. But it's just a really good neutral color to put all over the lid. So I just go in with a flat brush, and I just take this all over the lid, all the way up. Like, it doesn't have to be as thick all the way up to your brow bone as it is on your lid, but it's just for the other shadows to blend on, because shadows tend to blend better upon each other than they do like against your actual skin. So I always put like a base of shadow first, and then I go in and like blend on top of that. It is, personally for me, it always seems to work best. And I really am liking the colors of these. I did a quick, really fast, like, just the eye run through of this stuff right before I started filming, just so like I knew what I was somewhat wanted the look to look like before I got going. And I like them. They're very pigmented. Once they get on your face, like there's very little fallout. They're great. I have to admit though, when you put your brush into the pan, it tends to have a little bit of breakup, and so you have to be really gentle to tap it and not to make too much breakup. So that's like my only thing with these shadows so far. But otherwise, like, I love the colors, I love the pigment. Once they're on your face, they blend super well, and there's very little actually fallout onto your face. So, and then next we're gonna go with Noble. This is just kind of like a warm brown shade, and this is just gonna be a little bit of that transition color that's gonna go just in that crease. Tap off excess. And then this is just what's going to get buffed right in here. In the end, you're not going to actually end up seeing it, but this is what's going to make those other colors blend really well. When you see those pictures like on Pinterest and stuff, and you see how like gradual the color is out, it's because they do so many layers. And they blend so much. That's really the only difference between their makeup and yours. And so like with this brown color, like I said, you're not going to actually see it when we're done, but it's really just going to help contour the eye a little bit and just give me some good placement to put my next colors and to help blend them out. This is where we're going to do lots of layers, and that's the biggest thing when you do smoky eyes. Do not put all the product on your eye at once and then try and blend it out, because it's not going to work. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to go in with Rewind. Right? Rewind. It's this red brick color. And we're just going to do just a little bit of it because, like I said, they're pretty pigmented. So we're going to take that on just a fluffy brush, and we're just the same fluffy brush I did the brown one with, and we're going to just dust this in our crease. We are going to come back and like do this back and forth a bunch, but we just want this base to start with. So we're just going to do a little bit here and then this crease. Like I said, not a ton, but I want to get this color there and just to really start putting that base down. It's so pretty. The brick color is now on the crease, so now what I'm going to do, okay, so we're going to go in with a flat brush, just a flat shadow brush, and I'm going to pick up this next color, Love. It's just kind of like a soft, like violet color. Let's see. Yes. And we're going to take this and we're just going to press it all over the lid. Yep, we're just going to, and we're mainly just going to keep in that front corner. Like we're going to bring it back a little bit, but the main point of it is this front corner. And so, because like I said, with doing a smoky eye, you really have to make sure that you highlight just as much as you're deepening and like darkening things, because you have to make it look like it's on purpose. So I'm just going to press this all over this corner, a little bit more. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with the brush that we did the brick with, except I'm not putting anything on it, and now I'm just going to kind of clean it up just to make sure there's no harsh edges or anything, just really blend those two colors together. Perfect. Alright, now what I'm going to do to really start deepening it up a little bit is I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that brick color, and we're just going to kind of go in and do the same thing again, but we're really going to keep it just in this outside corner here. Alright, now next what we're going to do is we're going to go in with this purple color up here at the top. Well, this is the top for me. So at the top, and it is called Anthem. And we're going to go in, and this is only going to go in that outside corner. So we're literally going to take it, and it's going to go kind of like in a V. We're going to go up into the crease and down onto the lid. Up in the crease and down onto the lid. And the biggest thing with these is to like buff and blending. If you don't like the way it looks, just keep blending. Don't add more product, but just keep blending, because then it will end up turning out the way you want. Most of the time, people's problem with like smoky eyes is they're not blending enough, and they keep trying to add product to like fix like the way they think it should look. Don't add product. just keep blending and buffing it out and it will end up looking the way you want it to. A little bit more, just in this outside corner. I just really want to deepen it up, just to give that nice rich color out there. Alright, now we're going to do the other side, tap off the excess. And as you can see, like that brick color was more of just like a transition color. You're not really going to see a lot of it. It's definitely going to be more of the purple. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to go in and we're actually going to pick up this matte black. Black scares a lot of people. It used to scare me. Don't worry. It's not as scary as it looks. So, biggest thing is work with tiny amounts of it. Like, tiny. We're going to tap our brush in it and tap off the excess. It's got like a piece of cardboard. My dog was chewing cardboard. Alright, so we're going to go with the black, and we are literally just going to carve out that crease. It's not going to be big, it's not going to be huge. We're just going to carve out that crease and really make that depth. We're just going to kind of set it right in here and just wiggle. Right in this crease, right in here. I don't want to go more than like halfway across the top of my lid, because I really just want to keep it out here in the corner. Alright, same thing over here, just a little bit of black, and we're just going to carve out this corner here. And then we're just going to bring a little bit onto that corner of that lid right in there. Just to really blend it. I don't want any sharp edges, I just want it to be seamless. Perfect. Same thing over here. Alright. Yes. So, I like it. Now what we're going to do, really quick, is we're going to go back in with that lavender shade on this, just the flat brush. And we're just going to touch up this inside corner. Just to make sure we keep it really nice and bright. Just slightly blend it across the lid into the dark stuff. But yeah, that's the biggest thing, is just make sure when you do a smoky eye is to keep that inside corner really bright. Perfect. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with that flat brush again that we used just to put that vanilla color everywhere. And we're going to go back in with that vanilla color. And we're literally just going to kind of clean it up. We're just going to kind of clean up that brow bone, just swished across the top here. And just kind of goes in and cleans up the edges a little bit. If you ever feel like you brought your product up too high, don't worry about it. In the end, we're going to go back in and we're going to clean it up anyways. So just kind of bring it in. Always want to make sure you keep this inside corner in here really bright, because you want it bright in here and really dark out here. And then I always take it and just kind of swoop right under the edge of my eye out here, just to kind of clean up that edge. Before we go in, we're going to put a little bit of shadow under our lid, but not a ton. And so just kind of clean up that line just a little bit. And it just keeps it really nice and bright. So now, we're going to go in with a flat little smudger brush. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to pick up that black. Like, tiny little amount, like I'm tapped it in there. And now I just bring it and I just like kind of smudge it underneath, right in here. We're just kind of doing this in place of liner. I personally don't like using kohl liners on myself, just because I think they're a little too intense and I like it pretty soft. I want it dark, but I want it soft. So this lets me do that. I just bring it and just kind of smudge it. And I don't bring it all the way in. I only bring it about 2/3 of the way in. Got just a little bit more, just to really... And I'm only going to deepen it up and darken it up out and here on that very edge. Alright, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go in with the lavender color. We're going to pick up just a little bit on the edge of that, and we're just going to dust it right in here. Same thing on this side. Just to bring that color right in there underneath. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that red color, that brick color, and I'm going to just kind of rub it right here underneath, just in the middle. Just to smear out, smudge out, and soften out that black. Now what I'm going to do is then I'm going to go pick up that darker purple color again, and we're just going to do the same thing, but just in the outside corner. thing on the outside over here. Perfect. I want that black to be there, but I don't want it to be super intense. We soften it up with other colors. Then I'm going to go with my powder brush, and I just kind of swoop right underneath just to pick up any fallout that happened to fall. Perfect. So I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. I absolutely love this. This is my favorite, just very soft highlight. I love the Becca highlighters, but to me they are very intense, and the Hourglass highlighters are just very much that glow from within. So I just take it and just a little bit, just dust it right up on top of this cheekbone right up in here. Same thing on this side, just up on the cheekbone, just a little bit. Perfect. And then I always bring a little bit right down the center of my nose, tiny bit in the middle of the forehead, just right in there, and a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Perfect. First of all, we're going to go with the brow wiz, and we're just going to comb out my brows. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go in with this brow thickener. See how I like it. So... So it's like, it's not the cleanest way to apply stuff, but if you're just trying to fill it in and then you're going to go in and like sharpen it up with a pencil, like I'm about to do, I think it'll work pretty well. Alright, so my brows are a little dark for my personal taste, but like I said, I really need to go pick up my actual, I was at Sephora today, forgot to pick up my brow wiz, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of brow gel, just to give my brows a little bit of that 3D texture. Otherwise, if you just do like powder or pencil, it's going to look very flat, and you want your brows to look more 3D because you have hair. So, alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go and do liner. So we're going to use a Stull black liner. This is just, it's a waterproof liquid eyeliner with a felt tip, and I'm just going to go in and do that really quick. So when I do my liner, I know it's not good for your eyes, but I can't do my liner with just straight skin. So I always have to pull it taut just a little bit to be able to get that straight line. I can do it great on other people, but I can't do it on myself. So I'm just going to go in. Perfect. So that's how I do my liner. Super easy, super simple. Literally pull it taut a little bit and just draw across. Alright, now we're going to go in and do mascara. A lot of people wear a lot of false lashes. You can easily put false lashes on with this look. I personally just don't wear false lashes a lot because they irritate my eyes, and I constantly want to pick at them, and I don't personally like it. So now we're going to go with mascara, and I'm going to use the Dior Addict It Lash Mascara. I love the Dior Lash mascaras. The Dior Show Mascara, I absolutely love. This one is a very close second. I'm just out of my Dior Show right now, and I had this one, and I kind of had a hard time going and buying more mascara when I had mascara. So we're going to go in, just do a good thick layer of mascara. Lashes would be really, really pretty with this look, just to make it a little bit more intense. But like I said, you want to do it? Do you. Why am I turning it? I can turn it this way and make it easier. Alright, little coat on the bottom lash. And I probably say this in all my videos, but if you ever like do your mascara and you get like some up here or down here that you don't want there, let it dry and then go with a Q-tip and wipe it up. Don't try and wipe it up when it's wet. It's just going to smear and make a mess. So, fun tip of the day. That and blend and blend and blend and blend. That's how to get a good smoky eye. and it's like next to impossible, if you guys have noticed, to put your mascara on with your mouth shut. You're always like sitting and trying to do it. For whatever reason, your mouth's just gotta be hanging wide open when you're putting your mascara on. Alrighty, and to really just kind of top it off, last minute add-on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some white liner and just kind of do this tight underline. I know it's technically supposed to be more of a dark smoky eye, but I feel like I want to brighten my eyes a little bit. And this is the Clinique Skinny Stick, and these are awesome. They're super tiny, they're super precise. They just came out with these, I think, in the last couple months. They have like a bunch of different colors, but their white one is great for just brightening and opening up your eyes. So I'm just going to take this and just put this in on my waterline. Up in here. There we go. And for people who have really like narrow eyes, this is a really cool trick to do to really help just brighten and widen your eyes a little bit. It just makes your eyes look a lot wider. So now we're gonna go in. We're gonna do lip. Ooh, what color? So many options. Ooh, I like this. So this is the new Sephora lip stains. They're awesome. This one is in the color Rosewood. And what I like about these is none of these are super crazy pigmented. They're really soft, they're really natural looking, but they are a stain. Like, once you put it on, you can like kiss your husband, you can get a drink, and it is going to stay. It's not going to go. It will slowly fade over time, but that's just because like it's a lip product, but otherwise it will completely dry, and you can layer it. Like, you can do a really thin layer, or like put it on, let it dry, do some more kind of a thing. So absolutely love these stains. These are what I recommend to people who don't really like or wear lip product a lot, because they're just very soft, they're very natural, but they give you that color without like big thick lipstick on. Alright, and there we go. I like that. I like that a lot. So, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, we are in the process of moving, so I would give me actually a couple more weeks before I get another video out. But I will definitely be active on Snapchat, and I will be active on Instagram and Twitter and all those things. So follow me if you want, and all my info is going to be in the description down below. All the products I ended up using, all my videos that I'm going to link, like my foundation video, my brow video, will all be in the description down below. And like I said, it's so fun. I love it, and I'm sad that I haven't been here in a while. But as soon as I get into my new house, get my new routine, I'll be back. So I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and like and subscribe, okay? Thanks. Bye.